Charlie was already a little numb to Elsa's unrelenting show of love. So he only regarded Elsa as joking with him, so he changed the subject and asked her, "By the way, where did your cousin Delon pedal his bicycle?" Elsa pouted her lips in disappointment. She also knew that Charlie had been avoiding her on emotional issues all the time, so she had become accustomed to Charlie's attitude. Seeing him turn the topic off, she followed him and said, "I heard that he has arrived in Genève this morning, but I heard that he slept under the bridge at night and he has a cold." Charlie smiled faintly and said, "When he rides to Orus Hill, his physical fitness should be able to move forward a lot." Elsa chuckled. "Actually, your punishment like this is also a good thing for him. My cousin is usually arrogant and domineering. He often makes trouble for the family, but he has never suffered any losses before, so I don't have a long memory, believe this. After this time, he will constrain a little." Charlie nodded slightly. "If it wasn't for your face, I would have to ask him to swallow the jade pendant during the birthday banquet, and let him have another operation to take it out. For such a person, the scar will be healed and forget the pain. He will realize what is unforgettable by cutting the scar again." Elsa looked at Charlie. "Knowing that you are looking at my face, you let him go. After my cousin arrives in Orus Hill, I will take him to invite you to dinner, and let him toast you to apologize." Charlie waved his hand. "It's okay to eat toast or something. Let him reform in Orus Hill honestly. If he performs well, maybe he can be sent back in advance. If he does not perform well, I can extend the deadline at any time." Elsa pursed her lips and said, "Don't you always be so strict. If we really get together in the future, he is your brother-in-law. Although he is a cousin, he is also your brother-in-law." Charlie shook his head helplessly. "You have this one all day long." He. Elsa said with a smile, "Who makes me like you? Anyway, I'm always ready. If you figure it out someday, please find me anytime." Charlie ignored her. He looked up at the big screen and said, "Hey, it seems that our flight has already started to board first class and business class passengers. Let's go." Elsa gave a hum, and while standing up to pack her luggage, she asked casually, "Did you tell Claire that we will go back together today?" Charlie nodded. "I said that on WeChat last night." Elsa asked with a smile. She was not jealous at first, right? Why would she be jealous? Charlie said, "She knew that I was attending your grandma's birthday banquet, so I told her directly that you just want to come back, and you booked the ticket for me." Elsa smiled and nodded. "Then did you tell Claire that you gave my grandma a fan worth tens of millions?" "No." Charlie said, "Don't tell Claire about this. She doesn't know my relationship with Chairman Gu." "I know." Elsa said seriously, "Don't worry, I will definitely not tell her." Charlie relaxed, and the two got on the plane first from the VIP boarding gate. The two seats in the first class were next to each other. Elsa chose a window position, and Charlie sat beside her. After boarding the plane, Claire called Charlie and asked with a smile, "Husband, are you on the plane?" "Going." Charlie said, "It will take off in 20 minutes. Claire asked again, "Elsa is with you, right?" "Yes." Charlie nodded. "Sitting next to me." Claire said, "Then you have to take care of her." Charlie said helplessly, "I don't fly the plane. The flight attendant takes care of everyone's food and drink along the way. What can I take care of her?" Elsa deliberately approached the phone and said with a smile, "You can hug me when the plane encounters a turbulence, lest I be thrown out." Claire thought that Elsa was just joking, so she smiled and said, "You should buckle your seatbelt, otherwise what if Charlie doesn't have time to hug you?" Elsa smiled. "I know." Claire smiled and said, "It happens that I have nothing to do today. I will drive to the airport to pick you up in a while." "Okay." Elsa said with a smile. "Then my big beautiful girl will have a hard time running." Claire smiled and said, "What are you doing so politely with me? Besides, it's not to pick you up alone, but also to pick up Charlie." Elsa said, "Okay, you are to pick up Charlie, right?" Claire smiled and said, "Yes." Okay. Elsa said helplessly, "If you can pick me up on the way, I'm already very satisfied." Claire said, "Then I won't tell you anymore. See you at the airport later." "It is okay." After 2 hours of flight, the plane landed smoothly at Orus Hill Airport. Charlie and Elsa came out of the airport together and saw Claire waiting here. After seeing Claire for a few days, Charlie missed it very much. Seeing that Claire was wearing a long and slender coat, she was slim and had an extraordinary temperament. In the past few days, Claire also missed Charlie very much. After all, when the two got married, they had never been apart for such a long time. She doesn't feel much about living together every day, but when one of them is not around, she can feel the feeling of discomfort and the feeling of constantly missing in her heart. Seeing Charlie coming out of the exit, Claire hurried forward a few steps and gently hugged him. After hugging him for a few seconds, she hugged Elsa again. Elsa was shocked by Claire's initiative to embrace Charlie. She realized that her best friend's attitude towards Charlie seemed to have undergone some subtle changes. However, she couldn't analyze the specific changes.